Hi, I'm Bill Kuntze, and I want to welcome you to the internship seminar this year that we'll be participating in together. I want to just introduce the seminar a little bit to you and introduce myself to you since we'll be working together. The seminar is an opportunity for us to share together while you're involved in practical ministry in your location, a place for you to reflect on practical aspects of ministry using your theological education, using your theological reflection, and reflecting on specific communities and places of service. I hope it'll also be for some of you a chance to explore ministerial vocation and perhaps even specific aspects of it where you're engaged in this year. It'll also be an opportunity for you to share with others who are in a similar journey with you and with one person who's been there before. Um, my understanding is, as the year goes on, in addition to the documents that you need to submit online, there will also be a weekly meeting of all of us through a Google Hangout in which we'll have a chance to check in together, to share together, to reflect together on what's happening. And I'll be available for additional contacts in different ways if you wish to have personal conversation or consultation or whatever. I presume this is new for all of us. It's certainly also new for me. I taught seminary classes for a decade as a part-time adjunct faculty member at two different seminaries. I had interns and fieldwork students in different contexts in campus ministry and local churches and agencies. And I'm a real technology buff, building computers since we had tape drives to store our data, but I have never led a seminar of people engaged in internship, and I've never done an online class before. So for me, it'll be all new, just like I presume it is for you, and I'm looking forward to learning a lot together with you. I want to introduce myself a little bit so you know who you're working with. I'm a retired United Methodist ordained elder. I've been retired for 2 years. I've served in about 60% of my career was in the Chicago area, where I served as pastor of both inner city churches and large suburban churches. I spent about 7 years in campus ministry at the University of Chicago. Taught 10 years as part-time adjunct faculty at two different seminaries, most of it at Chicago Theological Seminary, which is related to the United Church of Christ, and Garrett Evangelical, which is United Methodist. There, at some point, when I was serving at my last church in the Chicago area, I had a kind of a change of call and felt moved to go into ministry with the poor. And from there, I went in and served as the director of a United Methodist related agency in eastern Ohio, right on the Ohio River, a place where steel and other industries had collapsed, a place of extreme poverty, and was in ministry with the homeless and the poor and the hungry there. My wife, who is an ordained deacon in the United Methodist Church, however, never found a position there, and during the years I was there, she stayed in Chicago. And then she did a national search and ended up in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, serving at a Lutheran church as an organist and minister of music. And I followed her, landed as the director of Episcopal related agency in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So between us, we covered the two Christmas cities there, Nazareth and Bethlehem. And in poverty ministry, I really found the ministry I enjoyed most. And in Bethlehem, I came to an agency that was totally bankrupt and kind of had the opportunity to rebuild it with a lot of other good people, and worked there for over 10 years at New Bethany Ministries in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Well, I probably would have stayed there all my career, but as steel had collapsed also in Bethlehem, um, the city was searching for something to revitalize the city, and they found it in casino gambling. And the chair of my board was an old Beth Steel executive who really wanted to partner with all the, he saw great new stuff coming to the city. So I resigned my position when he was determined to take a significant slice of funding from the casino, because I guess I didn't think that an agency serving people with addictions ought to be receiving money from one that encourages other addictions. Made quite a splash, and it turned out that a local congregation of the United Church of Christ, actually a prominent historic church in the historic district of Bethlehem, once the largest church in the region and their denomination, recruited me to be their senior preaching pastor. So I became a UCC pastor for a few years and tried to revitalize that old church that was once 3 times the size as it is now. Was a source of constant interesting issues and conflict. After that, I retired, and since then I've been doing a number of part-time things with nonprofit agencies. And currently I'm serving as the pastor of a small United Methodist church in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania, which is in the foothills of the Poconos, and it's a declining community and a rapidly declining church, and it's a struggle to keep it going. For the last 10 years, I've also been the host of a television show, and I've got a link to where the website is for that I'll be posting if you want more information. It's a community issues show that's allowed me to follow all my interests in poverty and hunger and homelessness and community rebuilding, and I have enjoyed it much. It's a very conservative Christian station, however. It's been interesting to work together on that project. And of course, I'll be leading this seminar. In my years particularly in Chicago, I was very active in peace ministries and social justice ministries. Been arrested more times than I can count for civil disobedience. I participated in nonviolent interventions in wars around the world, in Bosnia and the Gaza Strip and Haiti and other places. So I will be bringing to our seminar kind of all this variety of ministerial experience that I have. I'll be looking forward to meeting each of you online and seeing what your experiences, your dreams are for ministry together. I'm excited about this opportunity to share with you, and we'll be in communication more in the future.